Welcome back to Good Morning Football. Now, every Thursday, we take a look at some of the recent fantasy trends. We turn to our resident fantasy expert, Kay Adams, to decide which ones are going to continue and which ones are going into the shredder. So without further delay, let's get to Shreddy or Not, presented by Intuit QuickBooks. First up, Ryan Fitzpatrick, all right? We got to get the shredder, my bad, all right. Yeah, I forgot. You got to let me know that.
Slip a disc.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Who is it? Who we got here?
Shred McMahon.
A young Shred. I mean, you want to go Ed McMahon?
Unrecognizable Shred McMahon.
I'm thinking Publishers Clearinghouse, but
I'm thinking Star Search.
Yeah, this is like Rock Hudson. He looks incredible with no glasses
this is
or anything.
early Tonight Show,
awesome.
like 60s, 70s.
I didn't even recognize him. He looks amazing.
He looks
Who knew?
I like that right there. All right,
What do we
All
got?
the musk coming off of him.
All right. Hey-oh. First up, Ryan Fitzpatrick has begun. He's starting again.
He is starting.
Okay.
Lots changed in the league since we last sat together. A lot.
All right. NFL.com actually has him ranked at 6th, at the quarterback position, of course, ahead of Kirk Cousins. Fitzmagic will continue, and he will outscore Cousins this week. Shreddy or not?
I do not like Fitzpatrick this week just because Carolina Panthers, whoa, they look like straight-up Super Bowl contenders right now. They have 8 interceptions on defense in the last 5 games. Fitzpatrick, he's a little hot, a little cold, and he's got the weapons, of course, but I hate the matchup. You look at Cousins, though, I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick obviously had those great games, and then against Chicago at the end, not so great. But I hate the matchups where you look at Cousins, he's got the Lions. They've allowed 10 touchdowns to quarterbacks with no interceptions over their last 4 games. So I'm going to look at Kirk Cousins against the Lions and give him the nod, meaning Ryan Fitzpatrick, you will not outscore Mr. Cousins this week. Yeah, but you know what? There's so many teams on a bye this week, like a ton more than ever, so you might have to play Fitzpatrick, and I would be okay with that, but that Carolina defense is no joke.
All right, well, let's talk about some defenses. Pittsburgh, Baltimore. What a game. Of course, we have James Conner, who's on a heater right now. He goes against the Ravens, who take their name, of course, from Shredward Allen Poe. Shredgar Allen, I messed it up.
Close.
James Conner will put up 25-plus fantasy points for the 4th straight game. Shred McMahon or no?
Over the last 3 weeks, James Conner's averaging 175 yards a game and 2 touchdowns a game. He is on fire. But when he faced this matchup against the Ravens' tough run D back in week 4, guys, he only had 19 yards. He was really held. I mean, this is a defense that held Alvin Kamara to 75 yards, that held McCaffrey to 56 yards. I just believe in the Ravens' run defense a little bit more than I do James Conner. He's great. I think he has a better game than he did in week 4, but I do not think that we can expect him to keep up this insane 25-plus fantasy points for a 4th straight game, especially against this defense. So unfortunately, and I love you, James Conner.
Gotta do it.
I'm shredding it.
Shredded.
This Ravens defense is legit.
He will not be as good as Justin Timberlake was on Star Search as a kid.
No.
Cowboy outfit, full denim.
Fantastic.
It's
I never saw
amazing. He
that.
sang country western.
So
Spectacular.
he did a Canadian tuxedo twice?
Yeah.
He did that with Britney Spears,
With
too.
that hat and everything.
I didn't realize it was twice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a great YouTube.
I was a
Anybody
TV bloopers and practical jokes fan.
Hell yeah.
Great
Clark,
show.
baby.
Dick Clark and and Shred McMahon. Okay, Golden Tate's been traded.
He's an Eagle now.
Marvin Jones is now the man.
Yeah.
So, okay, I ask you, from a fantasy perspective, Marvin Jones will have 100 receiving yards against the Vikings this week.
Well, he did have 100 yards last week, which was amazing. You got to look at the target share now that Golden Tate's not there. So I'm going to go ahead and not shred this and say he will, in fact, have a nice day against the Vikings. Golden Tate as an Eagle, somebody's got to catch the ball. And, you know, the Vikings have been tough on receivers. They were last year, too. You know what, on Thanksgiving, do you guys remember when Marvin Jones carved up the Vikings for 109 yards and 2 touchdowns? I remember that. So I think that he gets the best of Rhodes and company. I'm not shredding this. I think he's a legit option. If you drafted him in fantasy, you've got to be super happy that he's pretty much the lone target. We love you, Marv.
All right.
We were here for that Thanksgiving game, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
That's true.
Dead Sable Theater.
What a weird weekend that was. I have one for you guys. You ready?
What do you got?
All right, Shred McMahon, take this. The Good Morning Football hosts should never do British accents again. Believe it or not, guys. Shred it or not.
I think we should definitely.
Should I remind you guys what that was like?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
So all I've been getting into is some East London geezers. Shall continue to ache. I shall return to the field once more.
To be a starter, where scorn is brought with groans.
What results may come when coaches have thrown the flag of challenges must give us pause. There's the review that makes the calamity of so long life. Bravo! Bravo! Thank you.
Just added that in.
We should never speak in British accents again.
I agree.
No. You know what it is, dude?
That limits me.
If British people came to America and started impersonating, I think it was hilarious.
love it.
Hey, man, I'm American. I like police chases and getting divorced.
And it limits
I
my
love
gags.
that.
We're going to go back there, hopefully, at some point, and then you're not going
Nate
to do
just
it?
wants to shred something.
It's final when you
Let me
shred,
ask you this.
though.
What is the country we could go to with the show where we would do the accent the most? Like, we could not even resist.
Australia.
What if we went to Jamaica, man?
I was going to say, cool running.
The Ravens, man. I love the run game.
Nice. Feel the rhythm, feel the vibe.
Montego Bay, Good Morning Football. We need to have it happen. Jamaica.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, man. Right. It's the best.
It'd be
Let's
cool
take
runnings,
that-
basically.
It's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
magic.
Totally. Thanks, guys.
Screwface.
Thanks for playing Shreddy or not. Coming up next on Good Morning Football.